Hi everybody, it's Wednesday afternoon. I believe it's almost 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I wanted to come to you quick this afternoon to talk briefly about attraction marketing because there's a lot that goes involved with marketing yourself, but I'm going to talk about the most important pieces, and I also want to touch upon follow-ups because I was listening to a Tony Robbins training today and he talked about follow-ups. But first, let's talk about attraction marketing. So when you are marketing, when you're posting on social media to attract people to you, you need to know who you're going after. And all of the trainings that I've gone through, and I've gone through a number of them, and I'm talking about trainings by Chalene Johnson, or I did a Spark marketing training, or Brendon Burchard, not Beachbody trainings, like different mentors that we all kind of look to for guidance. They all talk about you knowing who your lifer is. Well, Chalene calls him your lifer. And when you are posting on social media, you should be posting to that person. So you have this person in your mind that you want to work with. And more likely than not, the people that you want to work with are who you were before Beachbody. So who were you, a year ago, or who are you 3 weeks ago, or what did you struggle with that you found the solution to? You want to find people who you can relate to, who have struggled with the same things that you've struggled with, or have gone through the same experiences you've gone through. And that's how you relate to one another. That's how you build a relationship. That's how you connect with them. And when you share those pieces of your story, people become attracted to you because not only can they relate to your piece of the story, they need the solution that you have. They need the tool that you use that help you succeed in your journey. And that's what's going to attract, that's what's going to bring them to you. So when you're posting on social media, when you sit down and you go to write a post, you're thinking, like, the easiest way that I can say this is, and I've tried to explain it to my team too, is that who you were, right? So if you could look at your previous self and tell her or him something that would help them, because you know what you know now. And this is so hard for me to explain it. It makes so much sense in my head. Like, if I knew then what I know now, what would you tell your former self? Like, I'm sure all of you have thought at one time or another, like, oh my God, if I knew back then what I know now, it would have been so much easier, right? So that's what you need to think of when you're writing these posts, because what you think is easy, or what you think just comes second nature to you, there's people out there that think it is so hard and that it is so complicated, and you have the solution, whether it's your best tips or, whatever it may be. But when you're posting, you want to direct your post to those people so that they can read it and say, yes, that is me. Yes, she knows exactly how I feel. And when you write your post, you need to ask yourself before you hit post, does this add value? Because people want value. If it does not add value, and we all have made posts that have no value to them. I mean, sometimes you kind of just have to do the lighthearted posts, but those kind of posts are what are going to attract people to you, and it's going to be the people that you can help the most because they can relate to you. So that's my spiel on attraction. Hi, Heather. that's my spiel on attraction marketing, and I could go on and on and on and on about it forever because I've been through so many different trainings. But one more thing to note too that other leaders have talked about, you need to be more than Beachbody. So talk about, like, I am an organization freak, and part of me is obsessive compulsive. I'm a very type A person, so I talk about that. I talk about slight fashion things because I'm not the most fashionable, but I love it. So sometimes I throw that in. I talk a lot about my daughter because I'm a mom who's struggled to get pregnant. Things like that people are going to relate to me about. And sometimes it takes a little bit work, but one more thing I want to talk to you about besides attraction marketing that I think might help some people is if you're on Facebook and you go into the left bar where it gives you your groups and your inbox, you can look at on this day. And if you've been a coach for a while, like I have, I see things that I've posted before that I'm like, God, that was a good post, or that has some good content to it. I could recycle that. So take that information, and rather than sharing it like, oh, 2 years ago I posted this, just use it again and tweak it a little bit. And then you have this content that you don't have to keep reinventing. So that's one tip that I'll give you. Now, follow-ups. I heard Tony Robbins talk today. I was going through the 7 forces of business mastery, and he talked about people, and he was talking more about people who are in the sales business. 65% of salespeople get 2 no's before they quit. Or they get to 2 no's and then they quit. They're like, I can't do this. Do you know that an average person says no 6 times? This is coming from Tony Robbins. So all those no's that you're getting are leading you to a yes. And that's why it's important to continue to follow up with people and say, I know now might not be a good time for you, but would you be okay with me following up with you in a month or 2 to see if then is a good time for you to join my challenge group? And then set a reminder in whatever system that you're using to track these people, and go back in a month and invite them to your next group. And if they keep saying no, do not count them out, because those people are going to come back to you when they're ready. But if you keep touching base and liking their stuff and having genuine conversation totally not related to Beachbody, these people are going to come to you when they're ready. So keep in mind that an average person is going to say no to you at least 6 times. And so following up is very important. Don't just take no and be like, oh, they don't, like, it's me. It's not you. It's them. They're not ready. But when they are ready, they're going to come back to you. So make sure that you keep an open dialogue, or even ask them if it's okay for you to follow up with them. If you have somebody who you've asked, you seemed so excited to start your journey, and I haven't heard from you, were you still interested, and they don't respond. I send at least 3 follow-ups before I take them off of my list as not interested, and then I'll follow up in a month or 2. Because some people don't want to hurt your feelings by saying no, even though your feelings shouldn't be hurt. It's them saying no to themselves. So you have to look at it as you're giving this person a gift. Like, you're giving them something that can totally rock their world. It can give them confidence. It can bring happiness and positivity, and I could go on and on and on. But make sure that you're following up. And then the last, say you're on your 3rd follow-up and they haven't responded yet, you can say, I don't want to seem crazy, but I want to make sure that, I don't leave you out. I figured I would check in with you one last time. And when you usually put it like that and you say one last time, usually they'll be like, I'm sorry I haven't responded, or they'll respond back to you, because you saying it's your one last time is your way of saying that you're putting the ball in their court. Like, you're not going to keep badgering them. So that is my spiel for today. If you have any questions about any of this, please post in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to help everybody. I hope you're all having a great day, and I will chat with you all soon.